ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another fantastic weekend of Formula One racing here on the EGL Extreme Gaming League. I'm Tipsy Bob, and joining me on the mic is my trusty sidekick and my good friend, Dad Bats. Covering all the action today, we're going to be covering everywhere from Monaco, Singapore, Abu Dhabi, and Bahrain, all across the world, all across the country. We have a full grid lined up, some of the best talent around the world. We have plucked them from all corners of the earth to give you some of the greatest racing experience footage you'll ever see in your lifetime. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the EGL. There we go, all the cars are all lining up on the grid. They're all getting ready. The drivers will be focusing on their first corner. Are they going to take it? What are they going to do? Is they going to go deep? Are they going to go? Who knows? Let's take out and away we go! DRS is still active, and if Timo wants to get this moved on, he's gonna need to use this DRS zone because I have a feeling. Oh no, Timo comes under the pressure in the traction zone. I pressed to mount up another overtake on 23 trademark. This is Ryan's 3 quarter.
And Timo are oh, it's the pit. Oh no! Oh my god, this so sorry, control myself. So Timo
I wouldn't be gonna finish it too, so they can stand at the back together again, just like Timo likes it.
How many times? Did you see how many times Timo tried to get into the pit?
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and you're joining us for another edition of TSRL Tier 1. This time we're at Mexico. Joining me on the commentary booth is Icewind. Hello Icewind.
Good evening everybody. Good to be here again.
Yeah, and perfect timing. We're just about to get the session underway. So yeah, we've had a full week of racing at Mexico, and it has been a fun track to call. I don't know, we've only 13 drivers today, but we do have a pretty strong lineup regardless. So I think Hugo and some idiot are the guys to watch. They're the guys battling it out for the championship, and maybe you could tell us a wee bit more about that, Icewind?
Actually don't, because they don't have the like the updated standings available, so I think some idiot is still leading. Well, he surely is, but he won last week, didn't he? So did you even ask me about that? Sorry, I'm kind of got carried away there trying to...
yeah, well, yes.
What did you say?
I can't remember myself.
Sorry. Okay, anyway, we don't have the updated championship standings, but I think some idiot is leading by a pretty big margin, so he probably has the chance to secure the championship here today.
Yeah.
If I am right about that.
And he is a big fan of this track. I know USA, who's This is home track, but he really likes this Mexico one, and he did pretty well in SLR yesterday as reserve. He finished P2. He did have, I think he had 3 time penalties, I believe. Hugo winning that one.
3 seconds, yeah. But that's sort of what made his race difficult yesterday, was that he didn't manage to abuse that safe VSC that we got, and Hugo did. So he was sort of forced into another strategy, and it just didn't quite work out for him in the end. So yeah, we'll see another duel about that today, I hope.
Yeah, and I think he is...
Maybe somebody else in the mix. Danny, Copy, all the...
Oh yeah, and Galileo as well. I mean, he had a pretty strong showing. He came back last week, and I think he was like P5 or so. So,
yeah,
I think he's just really getting up to speed again. He's a bit rusty, but should see a strong showing from him today.
He was 3rd in quali yesterday, wasn't he? And then he just got collected in that start crash on the main straight, along with Copy and somebody else. So those guys get a new chance today.
And the man to beat is the man on screen at the minute. He's currently leading the pack out there on the outlap. It is some idiot. Hugo, of course, will be eager to pip this guy to the post, and hopefully, well, he'll be hoping that some idiot has a pretty bad race today and gets involved in some incidents so we can kind of gain some points in that. It is quite a big gap. I think it was around about 30 points at least last week, if I remember correctly.
I think so. But we own the last standings we have are from Japan, so maybe I could do some calculations in background, but I'm not really. My mathematics are not my strong suit, so.
Well, I'm on board with some idiot. The man of the moment is on a hot lap here, so let's have a look as he makes his way down to turn 1. Bit of a lock up in the front right, but nice line through turns 2 and 3, cutting the curb, which is what you need to do here, really, to gain time in sector 1. Sector 2 here is a bit more technical. It's slow left, slow right, and then it's this double right-hander where you can carry quite a bit of speed through here, but you need to be careful on the exit, running on the curb there, just straighten the car up, get the power down as early as possible, and then through the notorious S's. Some drivers like this, some drivers hate this. This is where we'll probably see a lot of penalties being picked up, and he runs a bit wide there, but he managed to keep it in the boundaries, and it's still a bad lap here as we're into the famous stadium section. Does cut a lot out of the corner there, gets away with it this time, and just tiptoeing through the stadium, and it's all about this run out from the final corner and keeping close to the pit wall here to keep the track as short as possible, and a 1:13.4 for Summit. Actually, Banser set the first time. I didn't see that. He was just ahead there. 1:14.6 P2.
Pretty impressive banker from some idiots. Hugo's had some sort of a mishap on his lap in the background there, because he was on the grass in the meanwhile. So I'm not sure if he was just getting out of the way, or did he really have some sort of mishap there in the middle sector. But yeah, Hugo's invalidated his lap on the first. And what has happened to
Cubson? Yeah.
Cubson.
I wonder if Hugo got affected. Whatever that incident was with Cubson, I think he might have.
Has Cubson actually crashed out, or?
Yeah, I don't know. I saw an Alpha pulling into the pits there. Don't know if that was him, but interesting stuff.
See anything in the race director that would have, so he would have terminal damage or something. So I'm not really sure what has happened there. Cubson has had some sort of an issue, and he's out of this session.
Timo as well, P2 there, 1:14.1. Now I want to give a shout out to Timo. He's been doing some really mighty work here in Mexico.
Yeah.
Really strong performances from him. And I know he raced in SLR yesterday. He's usually the commentator, but I think he came around P5 in the end, was it, or P4? Fourth, yeah.
P4.
Yeah, so he's got a thing about that P4 position, but I'm sure he wants to just gain a position on the P4 finishes he's had, because that'll put him on the podium. I'm sure he'd be happy enough with that.
Make the calculation here in the background. So if some idiot won last week and Hugo was third, right? I think so. If I remember right, it's USA GP. so I don't have the exact, but it's the gap last week after Japan was 38 points. So Some Idiot has outscored Hugo by 10 points in the last race, at least. So let's say if Some Idiot outscores Hugo today by 2 points or more, he's gonna be the champion, I think.
Interesting stuff. Yeah, interesting. So yeah, Hugo was a bit demoralized not to get the win last week.
He had some sort of issue then because he started all the way at the back. I wasn't doing the comms last week, unfortunately, so I can't quite remember exactly what happened there. Copy, by the way, is on a fast lap here, 27.6 into first sector.
Yeah, and Galileo, just while you were reading out the standings info there, Galileo P3, 14.4. Good lap from him.
On 2-lap old tires. He did this yesterday as well. I'm not entirely sure what that is about, but he's put in 2 laps on those tires. Copy on his way as well, and he is just about matching Some Idiot actually in the first 2 sectors. So Copy could potentially be looking for a provisional pole here if he can really get this last part correctly, because he's actually a few 100ths of a second up on Some Idiot at the moment. And
he's invalidated though, Ice.
Oh, had he? Okay, so that would have been second, but yeah, sorry,
I think just going into the stadium section, it just went red there for me. Yeah, so.
All right, yeah, so he's thrown that away. He would have been a 10th down, but that would have been a P2 lap from him.
And you were talking about last week there, yeah, it's all coming back to me. Like I've got a foggy haze going on in my brain at the minute, but yes, I have a vague recollection of Hugo disconnecting in the quali, and it meant he had sub-zero temperatures on his tires. He went from last to P3, so it was quite a performance from him. But
yeah,
it just allowed.
Of course, made his championship bid quite difficult, but we'll see what he can do here today. Basically, really need something disastrous for Some Idiot to lose this championship, but we of course don't hope that for anybody.
Terror P5 then, he puts a lap in 15.1.
Same time so far. Why is Danny not going out of the pit lane, by the way? So what is going on there?
Yeah, that is
He's not
interesting.
been out yet. So I'm not sure what is up with Danico, one of the fast boys for sure, and I was kind of expecting him to put a showing at the front row there today, but he's I don't know, biding his time in the pit lane at the moment.
On board right now with Hugo, so he's through sector 1. I'm looking at his sector 1 time, 27.7.
10th and a half down on Some Idiot.
He's got his work cut out for him here, but there's a lot of time you can gain and lose for these S's. So depending on how well Some Idiot did, maybe Hugo just has the edge here for the S's. But we'll see. Quite fast line there.
It's about a 10th down on Some Idiot still, but if he can really hook up the stadium section, he can still challenge Some Idiot for a provisional pole. He comes across the line in just a few moments of time, and then a really tight line through the final corner, and he does go second, just 1/100th of a second down on Some Idiot. Very close.
Some Idiot, Hugo, the only guys so far to put a 13 on the board, just showing that they are just a bit faster than everybody else currently. Timo, the next fastest guy, 14.1, just on the edge of breaking into those 13-second lap times, which are quite impressive. I know Ice, you probably be one of those 113 guys right now, but I think 115 was the best I could do.
Track, so it's all speculation.
Yeah. Well, I did a 115 on my quali. 115.
Yeah, I've done a 13.1 once, but that's just one in a practice session that doesn't really count in the real deal. So yeah, Fox sets an invalid lap for his time, so he doesn't have a time on the board yet. Trying to see, is Formula Chris just about the only? No, we have no, Hugo is coming into the pits. Galileo, I think, is also coming into the pits. So I think Formula Chris is just about the only car on a lap at the moment, and he's out on medium tires, which I don't quite understand, but maybe he's gonna do something different here.
Interesting stuff, yeah.
Yeah, they're quite a lot slower than the soft, so I don't think that he runs really wide in the double right-hander there.
Yeah,
So,
I wonder if he's thinking, you know, because there is 13 drivers just in this race.
Yeah.
You know, I might be able to get in the top 10 of these mediums, but yeah, like I say, they are quite oh, and he goes really wide.
Yeah, that's how did he not lose a wheel there?
Wow.
He's gone straight into the wall at 200 kph, and that just somehow kept his car intact enough to bring it back into the pits and probably put a set of softs on. But wow, that was a scary moment for him. Some idiot on his next attempt, by the way, in the meanwhile. Into sector 1, and it's marginally down on his time, but that's still a very, very good sector 1, 27.6. And attacking the S is a little bit tentative maybe on the entry into there, but let's see what the clock actually thinks of this. It might just be some spectator lag. Some idiot, of course, racing from the other side of the big pond, and he is over a tenth up on his time, so this could be a low 13, possibly. And just the final corner to go. Takes quite a lot of curb there on the inside, so I wonder if that was an optimal line, and he does improve by 1.5 tenths, so that's a 13.2 from some idiot.
What a lap from some idiot, yeah. We've got Timo as well, he's coming around the final corner. P4 currently.
Yeah, 3 tenths up, and Timo goes P3 with the 13.6, so he's actually only 2 tenths away from Hugo with that time.
Wow, that is super impressive from Timo. I know Galileo just pipped Timo there, but Timo getting that position back. Galileo joining the 113ers. What pace we have here with these top 4 guys, and there's a few guys that are just hovering about the 13s.
So Copy and Danny. Danny has still yet to leave the pit lane in his Alfa Romeo, and Copy hasn't managed to set a time at all. So it's not going well for 2 of the usual suspects here today. I'm not sure what's up with Danny at the moment.
Yeah, let me see if I can get chat in on that and get some detective work going. Why is Danny not putting a lap in? We've got Kirsten there. Maybe he can do a bit of digging there and help us out. I wonder, does he have a quali ban? I mean, he's either got technical issues.
I don't, or has he had some sort of a massive crash that I don't remember about? But I don't think so, at least.
Yeah, very strange. Very strange. Well, we've got a bunch of guys.
I probably should have kept tabs on those if there is something. But I don't think Danny has a quali ban, at least. So maybe he's having some technical difficulties or something. I'm not sure.
A lot of guys here have yet to set a lap as well. Almost half the field have not got a time on the board.
Yeah, Fox has invalidated his next attempt as well, so he might just about have time to pit again and try one more time. He's trying to get out of the way of Richard Grunwald there on a fast lap. Richard hasn't set a time either. He's on a lap right now. Relatively new guy here. He's done a few races before. Remember him from DMR.
Yeah, he's had some good results. Not doing too good here, but he's just on the edge of the white line there, almost invalidating. But he keeps the lap valid for now. Bit tentative.
It's a good enough sector 2 for him, so he could be somewhere around Galileo bands. Let's see what he can do in the final sector here. And, across the line it is for Richard, and it is a 13.9, so he's just barely behind Galileo.
And I don't think anyone's actually listening to the stream because everybody's ignoring me.
Yeah, it's
So the mystery of Danny being in the pits for so long is unsolved for now. Thanks, chat.
yeah, and he's still in the pit lane there. So I don't know, is he just gonna do one run here at the end, or what is the deal here where Danico? Hugo in the meanwhile is on a lap and he's up on his time. So could he possibly challenge some idiot here through the S if we go? And a
Oh, a
pretty big
massive
lift
lift,
for the
yeah.
final bit there, and let's see what the clock thinks about that one. He is actually down on his time, so some idiot seems to be. Oh, and that's invalid as well. So Hugo goes wide on the exit onto the stadium section, and that's unfortunately an invalid lap from him.
That's his
Pitting.
session over, yeah. So P2 for now, unless anyone can pip him to the post. We've got Galileo on an out lap. Richard Grunswell probably, I'm sure he's on an in lap. Bance, haven't seen him out again yet. We've got Terror as well is out there. Is he on a lap at the minute?
I think starting his final run here as well. Yeah, Terror improves as well in the meanwhile, up to 7th. Fox sets 1:25.8.
Wow, that's
Just 12 seconds off the pace there.
puts him P9, so
Yeah, I mean he's on 2 lap old softs as well, and at this rate he's gonna have to start on those. That is kind of not in the not where you want to be as Fox at this point. But let's see. Fox also retired from the session. Danico has also retired from the session, so I don't know. Maybe Danny's having some sort of a technical hiccup there, and he's unable to do a lap here at all.
yeah, Dragon saying maybe last the first challenge. I don't know. I don't really think that's.
Why?
I have no idea. Surely, yeah. There's points to play for. I mean, he's still
Yeah.
fighting for position in the World Drivers' Championship, I'm sure. Tipsy Bob on a lap here. He is quite a bit up on his time. 14.9 is his current lap time. For the S's, a little bit of a lift there just as he came out. A bit tentative there. Back down to the stadium section, carrying a lot of speed through there. Again, a bit tentative. He's probably just wary of invalidating this lap and losing out on this lap time. Let's see how he does as he crosses the line. Nice line out of the last corner. Running tight to the curb. And it's
Oh, he just pips Terror.
oh, nice lap. The McLaren boys currently P6, P7 then. And I think that's it, isn't it? Oh, Copy.
No, we still have Copy on a lap here. He's still yet to set a time at all on the board. And this also has to settle the fact that Fox will have to start on those old softs that he did a couple of laps on, so not ideal for him. Let's see what Copy can do here. He's being pretty tentative here to actually set a time, 54.7. So this could be somewhere in the region of Hugo and Timo.
Oh, bit of a lock up there.
Yeah, just the final corridors in the stadium section, and not really getting it right for what I can see as well. So oh, and he lifts massively onto the line, so he's choosing to start, but he's still gonna start 10th, isn't he? Because he's gonna set a time. And he was actually faster than Fox. He's gonna be 9th.
So that didn't really work
he's gonna have
out.
to start on those tires. That's not what Copy was trying to do there, I think. But
he was probably thinking that by the time he got round the lap, there would be 10 lap times on the board and he'd be okay. But no, he made a mistake.
I mean, he was really trying to be outside of the top 10 with that attempt there. But I don't think he's realized that there is only 9 guys before him that actually set a time. So he's actually ended up in P9 anyway.
Yeah,
6.8 seconds off the pace.
Neon Rays pointing out in chat, Copy messed up big. You're right there. That's Neon Rays, the multiple race winner and current championship leader or contender in 2SRL Tier 3.
And loading into the race session then, and it looks pretty overcast as well, but I have no information if it's gonna rain or not, so we'll just wing this one, I guess.
Yeah, I think this whole race we're just gonna win. Just barely get through this one. both of us.
And I guess that's Galileo in the chat saying that it's a dry race. So
Yeah.
looks overcast, but no threat of rain, according to our information.
So it looks like it's going to be a battle up front between Hugo and Samida, but we do have Timo and Galileo keeping those guys on their toes. I'm very, very impressed with Timo's lap time there.
Yep, Timo, and I think the toe here on this track is pretty strong as well. So I don't know. Let's see what Timo can do here, because he's gonna be in a good position for the start here. Last night in SLR, Hugo and Samidia just drove away from the field, so hopefully maybe Timo can give them a run for their money today.
I'm going to predict Timo P4.
I don't know, Galileo picked up 27 seconds worth of penalties yesterday, so let's if he's managed to clear that up, maybe he's got a word to say here as well, but yeah, Timo didn't pick up anything. Samida picked up 3 seconds, Hugo didn't pick up anything at all either, and just trying to see, is Danny seems to be in his car at least. And he's put on the medium tires, so those guys outside of top 10, Formula Chris, Cubson and Danny. Formula Chris and Cubson starting on hards, Danny on mediums, and Danny is going to be looking to clear those guys very, very fast.
Yeah, the hard tire compound, obviously the hardest tire compound here at Mexico, isn't ideal. It really isn't. But I mean, those guys would probably be thinking, listen, if there's a safety car at any point, we're quids in.
Yep.
Kurtz is saying in chat, honey invite.
What does that mean?
I hope that's not directed at me. Do not call me honey, please. It's weird.
Do I even have Cursed in my friend list? Wait. He's not in the game anyway, so I'm not.
I think he wants to crew chief someone.
How do I invite him? I don't have. This is the same problem again. I can't invite because it doesn't work.
Yeah. Well.
That's the problem with the. Well, I don't know. I will not be able to do that, unfortunately. The invite button does absolutely nothing for me. Okay.
R.I.P. Cursed. Cursed is crew chief. Not happening today. I think you should call the start of this race because I am terrible at race starts.
I wouldn't really call myself the best either, but I'll try. Ready to go then. So we have the starting lights. It's 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights up. And then we're gonna get the traditional small wait before we actually get underway. And if we get underway, and some idiot seems to get a pretty good launch. He's well in the clear actually. That's a great launch from some idiot. Hugo slots in second. And Timo having a bit of a challenge from, I think it's Galileo and Richard Grunwald challenging Timo into turn 1. And that's the Red Bull of Richard Grunwald diving into turn 1, actually taking P3. Oh, there's a bit of contact at the back there, so that's what's happening. Timo's dropped to P4. And Richard Grunwald, a great start from him. He's up to P3. And what has happened there in the background? Danny Coase made up a couple of positions as well.
Yeah, and Terra and Fox are going at it in the background there. It's P9, P10, and I think it was Terra actually went wide there. Is it? No, it's Fox, I think, went really wide. Copy's up to P8 already.
Yeah, Copy's had a pretty good start. He started in P9, so he only made up 1 position there. But good start from him either way. So Timo lost 1 position, but a great start from Richard Grunwald, though, who has gained 2 positions at the start and is up in P3 at the moment. But that's, I kind of don't think that he's going to be able to follow Hugo and some idiot, but we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. This is going to hurt Timo's race a little bit, I think.
Yeah, look at this. Tipsy as well, got ahead of Bouncer, so he's up to P6.
Some idiot across the line first, so sets up the fastest lap of the race. It's race underway. So Danny also is in his car. He's made up 3 positions from the start already. He's through Terror as well. He's up to P10 now. So Terror has had a bit of a nightmare of a start here today. 3 positions down.
McLaren boys running pretty tight here in the midfield. P6, P7 currently. And
yeah, Tipsy actually following Galileo relatively easily. I'm maybe he's put in some practice today, because yesterday he said that he didn't really practice at all before the SLR race, but
yeah, I don't think he's
alright for him.
He's not a fan of this track, but as the race weekend progresses, he did race yesterday, so he does have that lap time, or that lap experience under his belt.
Yep. And I'm just gonna see once more if I can actually invite Cursed, but I don't have the button to do that, so I don't know. I always have this problem when we use invite-only lobbies, and Richard Grunwald locks a little bit at coming into the stadium section, and he's already lost 2 seconds to Hugo. And this is costing Timo big time. Timo needs to clear him fast if he wants to shake the following pack from behind him. Some idiot sets the fastest lap of the race again, 17.3 for him this time. He's trying to shake Hugo off his tail, but looks like he's not going to be able to do that, so this is going to be another cat and mouse play for those two.
Yeah, DRS is open this lap. I mean, it's not active in the first 2 straights here, but it will be after the S's, and then you get that big long main straight on lap 4 is when Richard Grunwald's going to be at his most vulnerable.
Yep. Yeah, I think Timo's going to be able to clear him, but the crucial thing is that he's lost touch to Hugo and some idiot now, because he got caught out at the start by Richard Grunwald, who had a great start, and Richard going really strange lines through the S's there, so he's had a bit of a problem here on this lap. Timo gets DRS on this short straight at the back. This is not really an overtaking spot, so Timo will have to wait for that main straight. Seeing Hugo seems to be easily following some idiot here, so this game is gonna continue all the way, I think.
Yeah, and Timo's right on the back of P3, Richard Grunwald here, and he's gonna have DRS this time. Richard will not. So he's going to be open to attack here on the main straight. I think Timo's going to get this moved on the main straight, but he also has that second straight with DRS as well. But yeah, Timo moves out, goes for the inside line. I think Richard knows, yeah, it's done already. Timo making that look pretty easy, actually.
Runs a little deep there, so he's might be a little bit under pressure here on the second stage, but with that DRS he should be able to have Richard covered. Yeah. So Timo runs very deep into the turn 4 again there. So Timo making a couple of crucial mistakes there. So he's lost a lot of time this lap to Hugo. And he's gonna be trying to shake Richard Grunwald off his tail here and through the S's, and that's first penalty for Richard. 3 seconds.
Yeah, Keeper Magnuson in chat saying corner cut galore incoming. And that's the first of it, and we've got another one coming in, so they're going to pour in pretty fast here. Yep, third one as well.
And Fox as well. And we saw a lot of penalties picked up yesterday in the SLR race, and that's Richard Grunwald completely cutting the track in the stadium section there. So he seems to have missed the braking spot into the hairpin, and I think Galileo is probably going to try and get this moved on the main straight now. Richard gets DRS as well, but Galileo has so much more overspeed on the main straight, so he's just gonna blast past, I think. Yep. So Galileo crucially through Richard Grunwald, so he should be trying to follow Timo here. I think Richard picked up another warning there.
Oh,
Danico 3 seconds as well.
Yeah, Danico back in P10 hasn't been able to pick up any positions since the start of the race there, but he is on those medium tires, and that time penalty is not going to help him long term.
Yeah. Yeah, and I wonder what strategy is Danny going to do here. Is he going to do, a one stop onto the hards, or is he going to do possibly a 2-stop with a double soft stint at the end here? Very close to Fox there and through the S's, but just no way past, and everybody ahead of him gets DRS, so this is a little bit of frustration for Danny. Fox is completely out of DRS though, so if Danny can get a good exit onto the main straight. Timo has completely dropped Galileo, by the way, 1.2 seconds.
Yeah, that's crucial really. The DRS is so huge around this track. There's 3 DRS zones, but I'm looking at Tipsy Bob here on Richard Grunwald. Richard does have DRS, but look at the overspeed that Tipsy has. He might consider a lunge here, maybe. No, I think he's too far back. But it really depends on the line out of the turn 2, turn 3.
Galileo 3 seconds as well. It's looking good for Timo definitely now. For that P3.
McLaren boys still running pretty tight together here. They've hardly broke 0.5 in the interval times here. It's great to see these guys working together.
Really gets it a little wrong there in the double right-hander, so he's dropped a little bit from Tipsy Bob now, but well, not really, just half a second. Richard, another penalty. I was looking at his driving there that he must get another penalty pretty soon because he was just all over the track there, so he's probably not enjoying those soft tires quite that much at the moment.
There's a nice gaggle of cars here in mid-pack, running from pretty much from Richard Grunswald right back to Danny Koo in P10.
At the challenge from Sonny. I read something about that. So Tipsy, look at that. Tipsy just blasts completely past Richard Grunwald. So I think Richard's tires are just gone. Tipsy defends into turn 1, yeah, and makes that stick as well. Bance is also looking to get past. Yeah.
Yeah, Richard struggling on traction there. Is Bance going to think about a move? No, he's too far back there, even though Richard had that bad exit.
Bance is going to be looking for the main straight, but looks like Richard's tires have seen better days. He's probably looking to pit off those softs pretty soon. But I think it's a little bit too soon to pit unless you do something like, you know, a double medium stint or whatever.
Oh, Tipsy, 3 seconds.
So everybody in this train except Copy has a penalty now.
Tipsy just outside of that DRS of Galileo in P4. Is he going to get it for the main straight? I think the activation point is just before the final corner. And
I think it's just too far back to get it, but Richard is getting absolutely terrible exits here. So he's I think Bance is going to put him under pressure, but Bance also gets a pretty bad exit onto the main straight. So he might be too far back because Richard does get DRS on this lap still. And Bance is actually emptying his battery on the main straight, so he's got to go for it into turn 1. Goes side by side on the inside into turn 1 on Richard Grunwald. Richard goes defensive, but and there's I wonder if there's a little contact, or is that just Richard trying to defend a little bit too hard, I think, on those tires.
Yeah, I think there was a tiny bit of contact and it just turned the car. Richard down to P10 now, and he'll probably be thinking about pitting off these soft tires sometime soon, I'd imagine.
I think he would have been better off if he just didn't defend that hard on that occasion, because, well, you know, Bance is not gonna give you an extra inch if he doesn't have to.
Yeah, I've seen a few incidents in that turn 2, turn 3, where it's, if you go side by side, you really need to be the car in front. If you're the car behind and you're sticking your nose still in, you're probably going to get a bad contact. And Richard found out that the hard way. P10 currently, but he is on the back of Danny Koo. This gaggle remains from Tipsy Bob right down to now and P11.
That is Tipsy into the pits, by the way, so that's a pretty early pit stop for Tipsy Bob, but let's see what the team is bringing out. It's a set of medium tires for Tipsy.
So
he's going to be in clean air here, and let's see what kind of pace he can bring out on those fresh mediums on track. In the meanwhile, I'm just looking at this gap. So Samidiet and Hugo have absolutely just run away with this race. Timo is about 6 seconds away from Samidiet, and Hugo is actually leading this race now, by the way.
Yeah,
so
I just saw that. I was like, what?
So we have missed a switch of positions at some point, but they're still running close with each other.
Let's pretend we did see that. It was a main straight overtake, DRS.
Yeah, and Samidiet is severely close again. There might be another switch here. Let's see what these guys decide to do on strategy today, because I'm not sure if the one stop yesterday from Samidiet was what he planned to do, but he was kind of forced to it after that VSC incident last night, and Samidiet is using some battery on the main straight at least, but I wonder if he's just gonna go for a move here on Hugo. He's got a lot of overspeed on Hugo, and he's gonna go on the inside, and it's another. Is it gonna be an overtake? Hugo gets turn one really well and actually holds on to that position.
Oh, Hugo's exit was compromised there. Somebody's got DRS and he's using an overtake, but Hugo done it inside. He's gonna guard or he's gonna defend this one, I think.
Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, Hugo's gonna get the better drive here, but Samidit is still alongside him. Yeah, he's gonna have to back out for the double right-hander. But the funny thing is that they're almost still gaining time on the cars behind, even though they're fighting so hard.
And Bant's
So
pitting
that's
there.
the-
Sorry,
Yep.
Bant's pitted there, but he got a 3-second time penalty for the first corner sequence. Also, Danny passed. Who was it? Danny passed Fox, who then pitted. Danny
Yep.
passed him in the stadium section at the hairpin. Nice move there.
And he's crucially just outside of DRS range from Copy right now, but he might get it here on the stadium section again. Runs very deep into the
Hugo in the pits, ice.
hairpin. Yeah, okay. So that's gonna be let's see what it is. I think it's a set of medium, so that's probably gonna be a 2-stop for Hugo onto the medium tires, and then probably a set of softs at the end.
So Hugo's going to come out around P7, I think.
Copy also into the pits.
Oh, Copy in the pits, yeah. So P6 for Hugo.
Yep. Let's see where Copy actually comes out, because Tipsy Bob is already on the main straight. And, well, he was ahead of Copy, wasn't he, before? So I think the McLaren boys are gonna hold that position. But Fox will crucially be, or maybe actually nothing at all change. You're right about that. So, never mind. Fox gets a 3-second penalty there. I saw that cut.
Wow.
And Richard picks up another one, so that's
14 seconds.
Oh, what?
Okay.
What? Okay, so he's got a 5-second penalty as well. Yeah, that's probably gonna put him outside the points unless we get some DNFs here. Yeah.
A Terror at the very back. So what's happened with Terror? Is he got an incident or whatever?
Not really sure. Maybe he's just isn't enjoying this track on the pad or something. I don't know. I haven't really talked to him this week, so I don't know. How did he do in SLR, for example? But maybe it's a tricky track on the pad without assists at least.
Yeah, he wasn't too bad in Tier 3 SLR, P6, but he did have a few incidents throughout the race.
Yeah.
It was a nice recovery drive for Eddie. He did say after the race that he wasn't a big fan of this track. He is on the pad, and maybe that's contributing to his current status.
Yeah, it's. I mean, we have to keep in mind that the the level in 2SRL Tier 1 is just a little bit higher than like the overall pace, I would say, of the field. So you're not gonna get anything at all for cheap here. Terror doesn't have a penalty yet though, so he might still be in contention for some points here. Because Richard, for example, ahead of him has 14 seconds, and Danny's picked up another one. Puts him at 6 seconds.
Yeah, he's right on the back of Galileo here. Galileo probably thinking about pitting sometime soon, I'm sure. Danico will get DRS regardless.
I'm idiot into the pit lane now, and let's see what is it. Is he gonna try the 1-stop once again? Yes, he is, I think, because that's a set of the hard tires on the pit crew there, and Galileo gets 5 seconds speeding into the pit lane.
Danico goes into the lead of the race, but I had a feeling as some idiot, even though he did that soft hard strategy yesterday, if I remember correctly, I think he's got a point to prove. He wants to see, and he wants to prove that a soft hard win is possible here.
He's 3 seconds behind Hugo now on those hard tires, and this is kind of key now. How can he hang on to Hugo on that faster set of tires? And we'll keep an eye on that. What else? So Timo has put a set of softs on. So is he gonna do a soft medium or something here? Has to be the case because he's but he's somehow behind the McLaren boys now, or at least Bans. What has happened to Tipsy, by the way?
Yeah,
there's a lot of action that we've missed here because Tipsy is somehow now behind Bans and Timo. But I think the surprising thing is that Timo is now behind Bance after the pit stops.
What is going on?
Yeah, I wonder if Timo somehow got held up. He's gonna try and send one on the inside, and he's completely missed the
Timo, no.
braking spot. I wonder what is he gonna?
Not like this.
Yeah, he's got a 3-second penalty for corner cutting there, and that's a bit of a strange move. He's wonder if he's gonna have to give that position back, or is he just gonna keep that one? Looks like he's just gonna keep that one, but that was a bit of an unconventional move. I think Bance is gonna make him pay for that one though, because he's got a great toe here on the main straight, and he's gonna overtake Timo again into turn 1. Yep. So Bance taking that position back. I think that was a bit of a Timo trying on Bance once again on the outside into turn 4, and could he possibly find a way through there? Yes, he could, I think, unless Bance might get the better drive here, and Timo tries to keep his nose in, but I think he might just have to. It's still side by side going toward the assist, but then Bance decisively just keeps that position for now. And this has cost Timo his entire battery, by the way.
Yeah, some great driving from these guys. I think that last lap incident with Timo where he cut this corner is coming up. I think he just got kind of. He had a bit of a brain fart. There was 2 cars ahead of him, and he just didn't know where to go. So he cut the corner.
I think he just tried to send it on Bance ahead of him, and just completely missed his braking spot, and ended up having to cut the corner. He got 3 seconds for his troubles there, which I think is fair in square, but yeah, he's gonna overtake Bance here again on the main straight, isn't he? Yeah. So Timo back up into P5.
That fight is not going to do his tires any good. He's on these soft tires, and they only last for like, what, 10, 11 laps max? A fresh set.
Yeah, and I just kind of wonder how did he end up behind these guys in the first place there, but maybe he's had some sort of a mishap that we've missed on camera. Hugo, in the meanwhile, has cleared Cubson, who is running on those old hards, and built up about a 4-second gap to Some Idiot. So Some Idiot has lost about a second after the pit stops to Hugo. Let's see. This is gonna be. It's gonna be really close at the end with Hugo's 2-stop and Some Idiot's 1-stop. Hugo sets the fastest lap of the race. Some Idiot is about. Just gonna have a quick look at the lap time comparison there. So Hugo's done a 17.2, and Some Idiot has done an 18.1. So Hugo is almost a second faster on that lap. And Timo actually takes that with 16.9, and Formula Chris retires in the pit lane.
I have a theory about Timo. I think the undercut that Bance and Tipsy Bob did was key. Yeah. I think Timo's tires just fell off a cliff, and he's lost a bunch of time. So he's only 8 seconds behind Some Idiot at the minute, though. So he's still in the running for a podium here.
Yeah, definitely. Just thinking, Timo will have to pit again, but so do Bance and Bob. But Hugo, 3 seconds. So that's gonna make this interesting, because yesterday Some Idiot was the one who picked up a penalty of those 2. Some Idiot has only 1 warning so far. Yeah, that's let's keep an eye on that then. Hugo's once again 17.4 across the line this time around, and then Some Idiot behind him 17.9, so it's only a half a second between them now. Hugo will have to overtake him and drop him by 3 seconds at this rate. Danny is into the pits, by the way.
Yeah, down to P5, probably going to come out behind the McLaren boys and behind Copy. Is he going to lose position to Fox? Oh, he comes out P10.
Yeah, Copy overtakes Tipsy on the main straight, and Danny, what's happened there in the background? Who is that? It's Galileo on, yeah, so Danny is just got past, and what is happening at front of Danny there? He's having to dodge a bunch of cars. I didn't quite see what happened there, but he's overtaken Fox, who's had some sort of problem in the first set of corners. Galileo sends one on the inside of Fox as well, and they're side by side, and I think Galileo might get that drive on Fox there.
Oh, contact, yeah, a lot of contact.
Yeah, quite
actually,
a lot of contact there. Come on, guys, it's a non-contact sport.
Managed to keep ahead for now. He's up to P10. He's on these hard tires, so really can't afford to be held up too much here. Oh, and he goes really wide on the exit of the S's. We'll probably pick up a warning for that. I'm wondering, can you check and see some idiot how many warnings he has at the minute, if he has any?
One.
Oh, one. Okay, yep. So looking pretty strong. Is some idiot right now?
He's picked up one warning on lap 3. Some idiot. He was just outside of DRS range to Cubson, I guess, on that occasion. He might have to wait the full lap to actually get past the Ferrari driver.
Danico passing Tipsy Bobbin straight there with the help of DRS. Danico on these soft tires, so yeah, he's feeling like a boss right now.
Yeah, so Danny's gonna do a double soft stint here at the end. He's gonna be forced to be reckoned with those tires. Looking for a way past Copy next.
Yeah, purple sector for Danico and sector 1. Oh, up inside! Yep.
I don't think Copy saw that coming, but yeah, Danny just completely sent it into the double.
He just saw a gap and said, "Yep, I'll have that."
Yeah, and yeah, the grip on those fresh softs is absolutely ridiculous on Danny's car, and Danny picks up a 3-second penalty, by the way, doing that. So 9 seconds for Danny. He's really gonna have to be fast if he wants to make this work.
He's really pushing to the maximum and going over the limit here. It's costing him time penalties, which is not great. Oh, and he's right behind Bance here.
Pretty side by side. The grip on those soft tires is just crazy at the start of the stint, and Bance is gonna take a little bit of tow here, but chooses not to fight Danny. Probably the wise choice for him. Runs a little wide there. I'm just having a look here. So Richard Grunwald is up to 20 seconds already. We're on lap 19.
Wow.
And Galileo 14. Yeah, those guys are. I don't remember who it was. Maybe it was Hammer who was characterizing my penalty endeavors as my hobby to pick up penalties, but I don't think I picked up 20 seconds in a single race this season, only 12 or something. 20 seconds is a bit too much, I think.
Yeah, Fox, I just saw him on screen there pick up another penalty in the S's, just didn't get his line right, went over the curb and picked up a penalty for his efforts. So yeah, I mean, Mexico, I found this whenever Fox almost losing the car into the stadium section, and that's put him under attack from Terror and also Galileo right behind. Danico with fastest lap. But yeah, I was just saying, whenever I did the Mexico race Tier 4 SLR, that's what I found. This track can make or break you. I mean, there was various points in the race where I was like, you know, I'm not going to do too good here. But if you keep your head in the game and keep your penalties very minimum, if not zero, then you'll do very well. But when you see these,
drop it there, so he's just completely sped into the pit lane and retired. So
call it a day.
Lost
so
another driver.
Yeah, Mexico breaks another driver's will to continue, and Terror is up to P20, P10. There's a yellow flag sector. Yeah, so that's Fox coming out of the pit section.
Yeah. They had decided to drive out of the pit lane, but we can ignore that one as it will amount to nothing. What else can we pick up here? So Copy is pretty much the... Copy and Tipsy Bob as well are the guys who are actually close to somebody in this race. What was the penalty situation for... Tipsy has 9 seconds as well, so...
Yeah, he's had a great start to the race, but just kind of unraveling right now, and he needs to get his head back in the game. He's P9 on lap 10 lap old tires, and he's fallen off his teammate P6 Bance.
Tipsy was doing really well on the soft set in the first stint, but I'm just trying to see. Richard ahead of him is well on his way for another penalty, by the way. So yeah, Tipsy will get these guys on penalties if he just keeps his head down, which he definitely needs to do. Copy is really close to that Bans on the second straight, but unable to overtake him on this occasion. So some idiot, Cubson and Copy, and also Terror are the only guys on track without a penalty at the moment. And Terror, even though he seems to be struggling on pace, will actually score some good points here, I think, if this penalty situation is gonna keep building out like it does for some people.
Yeah, I think he's going for the Ocean Chief strategy of just going slow, well, relatively slow, and not picking up penalties.
Another penalty.
Another thing worth mentioning is Cubson in P3. He does have to pit. He's on these hard tires, but is he thinking about? Yeah, he's going to go for well, maybe medium's final stint, but I think he's probably going to try and stretch it out to a soft final stint, which, and with no penalties,
yeah,
looking pretty good. We've got Timo in the pits here for his final stop.
That's pretty early for Timo, isn't it? Did he possibly have a front wing change or something? I would have expected him to drive a few more laps than that. So he's only done, just let me have a look here. He's only, well, okay, never mind. It might have been actually the the right way to go. So he's put up a set of mediums. That is about the time to do that. So never mind what I just said.
So what do you recognise? We've got P1, Hugo, with a 3-second time penalty. He's on mediums. He's going to switch to a soft tire compound then, I imagine. And then we've got Sim Idiot, who doesn't have to pit. He's P2, and he's no time penalty. He's currently 7 seconds behind Hugo.
Yep.
It's
go on for another 2 laps, I would guess. Tipsy Bob, another penalty. Yeah, it's not looking that good for Tipsy right now. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what, because Hugo will put a set of soft tires at the end, as you said. The pit stop is around 19 seconds on this track, I think. So he will have to catch some idiot by more or less 10 seconds or so, and overtake him and drop him by 3 seconds. So can he possibly do that? He kind of did it yesterday, but yesterday some idiot did have that 3 seconds of penalties for him. And some idiot in the race interview with me and Jensen yesterday said that he didn't really have this set up, so maybe he's been, I don't know, maybe able to do something about that. So yeah, it's gonna be close, I think. But yeah, one thing actually that you say, Cubson is doing really well on those old tires. I'm actually really surprised at this, because he's kind of been invisible to me. Sorry about that. So I should have picked up on that earlier, but he's doing absolutely brilliant there. He hasn't yet stopped, of course. Danny is harassing him now on those soft compound tires. I guess Cubson probably is gonna pit right about now, or is he possibly gonna go for a set of softs at the end? I'm not sure. He's gonna drive into the pits, isn't he? Yeah.
He's in the pits, yeah. Cubson, 3-second time penalty to Cubson.
What?
Oh,
what was that for?
I think he just cut the pit entry line.
That's it's really unfortunate, or to get a penalty for that, but I didn't quite see what happened there. Yeah, so let's see, where does he actually drop Tipsy Bob into the pits at the same time? Is he gonna, Cubson might still be, he's gonna be behind Timo, isn't he? Yeah. But and both of them on 3 seconds as well. He's just behind Timo. Interesting, and he's on the soft tires. But isn't that way too early for softs?
Yeah, I think you can't get them to the last 12 laps, but you do need to just take care of them.
He has to do 13 laps on them, doesn't he? Because if you can't count this lap as well. Yeah, I don't know. I suppose we're about to find out, but I think it's a bit too early for softs.
Formula Chris in chat is saying Cubson got 2 warnings for that cut on the final corner. You're going into the pit entry. So that is quite cruel from the game, but it is what it is.
Yeah, Copy is once again pretty close to Bans, but still unable to overtake him, which is a bit of a surprise to me. I would have expected Copy to just blast past bands with these 2 long straights, and Bands actually dives into the pits now. Yeah.
We've got 2 Ferraris at the back here looking pretty punchy. But it's Cubson who's got the upper hand. He's got DRS here, and he's going to have soft tires as well, so probably a better exit. And he's going to get this done. So Timo's going to be down to
make his
P9.
tires work now, doesn't he?
That's it. Yeah, hammer time.
Ferrari's having a swap on the main straight. Cubson does lock up a little bit into turn 1 though. Yep. Sorry, I interrupted you there. Whatever you were gonna say.
No, I was just going to say that Cubson is in a good place here still. He is P8 at the minute, but there's a lot of guys ahead of him with penalties, much more penalties than he has. Also, they have to pit. Most of the guys ahead do have to pit again.
Some idiot has an invalidated lap time, so I wonder if he's now on 2 warnings, possibly.
Oh, and Hugo in the pits. Hugo is in the pits.
It is about time.
Somebody that's run the final corner to cross the start-finish line, and he will be well ahead by the time Hugo gets out. Hugo putting on soft tires, so will be absolutely rapid here in this final stint. Hugo
is Tipsy's race is really unraveled for him right now because he's picked up another penalty that puts him at 15 seconds.
Tarek does pick up a penalty there. 3 seconds from him. Copy in the pits as well. Richard Grunwald in the pits. So that puts
but Terror only has 3 seconds, so he still might pick up quite a few positions at the end if it goes like this, because if you look, this Richard is gonna serve that 5-second penalty as well, isn't he? He is, because he's now behind Terror.
And here's the thing as well, Cubson is currently P5. I think he's on target for a podium finish here, I believe.
Got 3 seconds of penalties only. I'm just seeing here, so Hugo is 12.4 seconds behind Some Idiot. He's gonna be very, very fast, of course, for the first few laps on these softs, and probably quite a bit faster than Some Idiot toward all the way to the end of the race here. But if Some Idiot does not pick up a penalty, he should have this covered, I think, because Hugo has that 3 seconds. I just don't think that Hugo can pull 12 seconds and then drop Some Idiot by 3 seconds at the end. He has 15 seconds altogether, so got 10 laps to do that.
And Danny Co in the pit, so yeah, Hugo up to P2 is 11.2 behind Some Idiot. We'll keep an eye on that gap, but that'll move Galileo up to P3. Cubson on the sauce, P4 now, I believe, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I just think that Cubson went too early on those softs. He's gonna be in big trouble at the end of the race. So Danny comes out just behind Timo, right? Yeah. And Danny is gonna, I think he's just gonna breeze past Timo, isn't he, on the next lap? He's got those fresh softs on, and Danny does need to get a move on though, because he has those 9 seconds worth of penalties to contend with. Timo actually has 6 seconds as well now.
Aye. So Cubson, yeah, looks set for a podium. Maybe Danny Co can. What's Danny Co penalty wise? He's
9 seconds, but
yeah.
I'm just thinking that Cubson here, the question is, can he possibly make those tires last to the end of the race? And Richard Grunwald, another penalty. He's got 21 seconds now after having served that 5-second penalty. So Terror is easily gonna pick up at least Tipsy and Richard, possibly Bantz as well. Galileo also has 20 seconds. So yeah. Hugo sets the fastest lap of the race, 15.4 on those soft tires. He's 9 seconds away from Some Idiot, and there's about 8 or 9 laps to go. What is it? 9 laps, I think.
Yeah,
so,
9 laps, yeah.
Let's see if he can possibly do this.
Yeah, he's closing in pretty rapidly here, but he has that 3-second time penalty hanging over him. That might cost him the victory here, but we'll see as we enter the final phase of this race. And I think Galileo in P3 is going to come under threat here from Cubson. Galileo on these hard tire compounds, Cubson on these relatively fresh softs.
And Danny has cleared Timo, as I predicted, on the main straight there, and he's just dropped Timo as well straight away on those fresh softs that Danny has under him.
Yeah, Danny has a lot of pace here. He's already within DRS, and
Yeah.
he's closing up big time on Cubson. So Cubson going to come under threat here, but maybe Cubson can, yeah, if he's taking care of these tires, he maybe just not going as fast as he possibly can, just to try and save a bit of life in those, and maybe he can get some DRS of Danny Koo if he plays his cards right.
Richard Grunwald has picked up 24 seconds now, so he's picked up another penalty in just one lap. So can he get to the end of the race without being disqualified? I don't know. Danny and Cubson is also very close to Galileo, so this is going to be a three-way battle into turn 1, isn't it?
Yeah, and Danny choosing to save his overtake here, which is probably wise, as he watches the guys ahead just kind of figure out what they're doing. And he looks on the inside there, but yeah, I think he might try and go for a move on Galileo on this second straight. Cubson making that look easy up ahead, but yeah, Danny Koo with an absolutely stellar exit from the turn 3 with the 8 of those fresh offs, and gets the move done on Galileo.
Yeah, I think that was very wise from Danny. He's now got to clear Cubson, of course, which should be easy pickings because the Cubson is not going to get DRS from anybody ahead of him. But yeah, Cubson still looking pretty good because he's only got those 3 seconds. Galileo, another penalty, 23 for him.
But look at the gap up front here, guys. 5.3, 5.2 for Hugo on Samaria. We've got 7 laps remaining.
Hugo's done another 15 there, 15.7 on the across the line. So Hugo catching that gap rapidly, but can he possibly also pull 3 seconds and submit it? I mean, it's looking... Maybe he's able to do it, I don't know. He's been super fast after that pit stop. And Danny gonna clear Cubson on the main straight here. Yeah, easy for Danny with DRS. And now Danny really has to... The word I can only think of Finnish words right now, but you know, put pedal to the metal.
That's it, he's got that 9 seconds to try to negate here. He's got his work cut out for him here. He wants... that's the problem, Mexico. You want to go fast, but you know if you go too fast, you're going to get penalties. And he's already got 9 seconds.
Especially here, yeah. The penalties and the track limits are super harsh on this track. Tipsy looking for a pass on Richard, and that's sent one on the inside there. That's a bit of a daring send from Tipsy, but makes it work, and that's a brilliant move from Tipsy up there.
Oh, but he's getting attacked.
The camera. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, that's okay. So that looked a little dodgy.
Yeah, Tipsy's
dodgy,
not
but
too
I
happy
didn't
about
quite
that.
see what happened there.
Yeah, it was a lot of contact, and it just seemed like Richard forced his way through there, and Tipsy picks up a 3-second time penalty just after that incident, so he is a bit tilted. I'm sure I think it was over the line a little bit, just from what I saw, but we'll maybe see what the FIA says after the race for that one.
It looked like Tipsy had it under control, and then I just saw Richard on the inside suddenly again, so I will have to watch that back. I guess Danny has been unable to drop Cubson from DRS, which is pretty key for Cubson's race here. But I think Cubson will have to look after those tires at the end of the race.
Oh, and Tipsy going for a move again on Richard Grunswold on the main straight. He's got the DRS open. And Richard fighting this as well. On this could end in an incident here as they're going side by side, turn 2, turn 3. Yeah. And Tipsy repaying the favor from the previous lap there, just forcing Richard out wide. And Terror's thinking, yep, I might be able to capitalize on this. But he doesn't want to battle too hard with Richard Grunswold, who seems like he is not being very forgiving today on track.
Terror just didn't really get any space there into turn 4. Maybe a little frustrated with that as well, but Terror just needs to keep his head down as well, because both of these guys ahead of him have 24 and 21 seconds of penalties. And Richard, is he gonna go for another move
is
here?
Indeed, yeah.
Tipsy gets it all wrong in the assist there. So Richard
I
P9
think what's happened there, did Tipsy just kind of concede that position, you know, after that bad exit? He just thought, right, I'll get DRS here in these next 2 straights.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Charles.
Yeah, it could be Galileo another penalty.
Oh, he's
26.
Yeah, he's edging towards disqualification now. I think it's 30 seconds is the limit, I believe.
Yeah, it is indeed, and that's his races. I wonder how far is he gonna drop actually. Richard actually held on to that P9, so Tipsy and Richard still continuing this fight.
Sorry to just we got a battle up here up front, and it's Hugo's in DRS range there. He was really pushing for the stadium section, and somebody had just taken the inside line trying to break the slipstream here, but Hugo's got DRS now. He's not using overtake. He's not got too much in the tank, so he really needs to get this moved on and stretch his legs out. 3 seconds, it might be a big ask, because once he gets past some idiot will have access to DRS in, and that could be crucial for him.
DRS probably on the next lap he's gonna go for it, or possibly already here. No, he's shown his nose in there, but some idiot, of course, unfazed with that intimidation. They're entering the S's now. I mean, there is a sort of an overtaking spot here at the end of the S's with the short DRS straight, but I think Hugo will be too far back to try anything here. Some idiot completely out of battery ahead of him. But so is Hugo. So this is oh, Tipsy, another penalty. Yeah, it's just not working for Tipsy today. 24 seconds. Yesterday he picked up only 1 warning. Can you think about that?
Wow.
So whatever has happened to Tipsy today with the setup or whatever, Hugo in the meanwhile is actually gonna is he gonna make a move on some idiot here? Some idiot trying to do whatever he can to fend off Hugo, but he is unable to do anything about it, and Hugo will take the lead of the race. Can he get 3 seconds in 3 laps? It might be doable on those softs.
I have a feeling that their process, they're run about their prime right now. You know, just falling off. Like I think anyway. I mean, we'll see. But yeah, 3 seconds. He really needs. I think the key is he needs to break DRS as soon as possible. If he can do it,
27 seconds now.
If he can do it in this lap here, then it's looking good for Hugo. But some idiot probably knows that, and he's hanging on for dear life.
I'm just taking a look here. So Tipsy is basically on the verge of disqualification right now. He's got what is this? 2 penalties and 5 warnings in 1 lap. What is that?
Oh wow. I think he's tilted is what it is. But here, look, Hugo has he got DRS? Or sorry, has somebody got DRS here? This could be key to the win.
He did get it.
Oh, it was right
Just
on the edge.
Yeah,
it was right on the limit there. So I think that might be, we'll see, but I think that might be what cost Hugo the victory here today. I mean, it's going to be very marginal.
1 or 2 100ths of a second about that one, but some idiot has managed to get DRS 1 more time. He will not get it on the final lap. I'm pretty sure about that. He's gonna empty his battery here on the second DRS straight, and now he has to try and keep it under control and not let the gap go to over 3 seconds.
And something we just missed there was Copy disconnected from the game, I believe. It said he left the session and his car is pitted.
Oh no!
And he had no penalties. He was looking great for a really good finish here, but
his AI has decided to pit on the penultimate lap and put 15 lap old mediums on.
Oh my word!
What?
That is harsh. Yeah, that is.
That is ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous.
Ooh.
I don't even know what to say to that.
So the gap from Hugo to some idiot is 1.8 here.
It's gonna be really close.
Hugo's pretty rapid through that stadium section. He always picks up a couple of tenths at least. And he's 2 seconds now. This is it, down to the last lap. Some idiot has got 1 second. Well, not even 1 second now. It's 0.9, 0.8.
I think Hugo might have this covered actually.
Yeah, it's really going to come down to this final lap. And as you said, some idiot pretty much out of ERS. Hugo, the same. He's boosting here in the second straight just a little bit, just to give him a bit of overspeed. And
Tipsy got disqualified from the session.
Oh, Tipsy.
But it has completely unraveled the race for him today. Yesterday only 1 warning for Tipsy, and Hugo almost has this covered now. It's just 3/10 he needs to make up in this final section. I wonder if that's a warning for Hugo. He's not picked up a penalty for that at least. So he Hugo actually has 6 seconds, by the way. What?
What?
I've completely missed that he has another penalty.
Oh no.
And he has picked it up there on the, I think, on the penultimate lap or something like that. So
my word.
So Hugo will, I think, will not win this race after all. That's 6 seconds for Hugo. I've completely missed that. Sorry.
So Hugo.
So some idiot should easily have this covered, of course.
Yeah, just pushing too hard there. Yeah, picked up that penalty in the last lap.
Yes.
Some idiot wins in Mexico. He finally gets it in the bag after a tough week of racing here. And who's going to get P3? I think it's going to be Cubson.
It's going to be Cubson, I think, unless he somehow loses half a second in the final corner. And Cubson should have this covered. He's going to beat Danny by 3/10 of the line.
Good job from Cubson. Yeah, he was a dark horse of this race. Kind of went unnoticed for most of it. But Danny Co P4 then. Great recovery. He won last to P4 then. So great race from him.
Let's see how far up the field Terror will jump here with that only 3 second of penalty. So Bance has already jumped Galileo, who had 27 seconds as well. Terror across the line, and I think he jumped to P7.
Nice job, Terror.
Yeah, he didn't really have the pace today. Maybe we can talk to him in a bit and hear about that, but he still managed to pick up some good points here today by driving clean.
Galileo and he's in chat saying I had 29.
Oh, okay. So, well, close to whatever I said earlier.
On the limit, yes. Right on the limit. But what a race. I mean, that last lap penalty just cost Hugo the race win. He did everything he needed to do, but yeah, that penalty.
I just completely missed that he actually picked it up, so I thought he actually has this one covered, but he had 6 seconds, so.
Yeah, I didn't see it on the screen pop up, but there we go. Some idiot on the top step, and he will be very happy. I know his favorite driver is Perez, who won today.
Yep.
And he is on the top step in the same colors, the same team colors. Very happy with that one, I'm sure.
Tipsy Bob getting disqualified for too many penalties. I wonder if we're gonna get some clips about a little bit questionable fighting there in the midfield, but
yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think that's what's happened. He's
Copy's AI deciding to, after he disconnected, deciding to pit, ends up a lap down in P10. That's just heartbreak for him. I think he would have actually been pretty high up the order because he didn't have a penalty.
What are you thinking, driver of the day wise? We got the game, said Danico. He's got the fastest lap there as well, but.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna have to hand it to Cubson with the sort of he was a little invisible at the, let's say, the first half of the race there, and I didn't really pick up on his really good pace on those used hard tires that he made work brilliantly. So I think my pick would be Cubson.
Yeah, I think so. The dark horse, he came from the back. He was on those hard tires. I think that's why we kind of counted him out. We thought, yeah, that's not. It's probably going to be a painful first stint, but he made it work. He kept his head in the game. Only 3 seconds and podium for Cubson. So great performance from him today, and we will we'll switch it over to the interview screen then.
Yeah, I'm just seeing here. So only 2 guys on track today who didn't pick up a penalty. Some idiot and Copy, and then some proper penalty records being broken. 29 seconds, 27 seconds. Tipsy getting disqualified. Yeah.
Bance as well. P6 for Bance. Very good performance. Yeah, Terror jumping up to P7 then. Another fine performance from him. I mean, it didn't look too good out there for Terror, but I mean, he kept it on track and brought it home with his 3 seconds penalty, and that gained him a lot of positions there. So credit to him for sticking in the game. Let's have a look and see who we have available to us in the chat. Oh, we have the race winner sitting ready, primed for interview. So let's bring him in. It's the #1 Checo fan. It's some idiot himself. Your man Checo won today, and you win today, so the double, I guess.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet, ain't it?
How were you feeling on that last lap, though? Were you thinking it was game over there, or because we didn't pick up Hugh's penalty on the...
I didn't know either. I thought he still had 3 seconds. And I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna miss it. And then I glanced up. It's like 6 seconds. I'm like, yes. And there was like 2 warnings for like 15 laps as well. So I just it was a huge sigh of relief. I could just drive into the S's without having to go to the Zenith without risking the third warning. But just Hugo was quicker today. I definitely feel like I got just a little lucky today, because I struggled on long runs, especially with the hard. Hugo made the 2-stopper work. I think he found the optimal 2-stopper, in fact, by going lap 10, because I've seen lap 8 2-stoppers that work, and then maybe lap 9 or 10 that could be a viable 2-stopper as well. But yeah, just struggle a little bit on long runs, trying to keep the rears on it. It's not the weird thing. It wasn't the wear; it was the front tires that were going off on the long run. But it still felt like the rear was going away. But yeah, I mean, just very. It's always a joy to win in Mexico, because that's just the track I aim for the most. This is the last of 8 Mexico races I have done this week. So
is this your best finish of the week, or have you won previously?
I've won a race or 2 this week, but just I wish I had a tiny bit better setup for a long run. But I think I know what to do to fix it. I've got idea or 2 in my head to try to accomplish it. But just I mean, I'm just happy. I'm happy for the results, and like I said, you Checo freaking winning in Bahrain. That's a good way to top off the day,
Indeed, it was quite a race. I kind of like Mexico. Not so much the drive, but the strategies. You have a lot of different strategies. I like that about Mexico. You got 2-stoppers. You can do a 1-stopper. It mixes it up. Usually, you go to a track and it's usually the 1-stopper is the only option. But this, from a commentator point of view, it's interesting to call, because we don't know what the drivers are doing. We can just kind of guess, but yeah, I mean, you did the soft hard yesterday. Were you not tempted to go for a 2-stopper today then?
I was thinking if Hugo didn't pit lap 10, I was going to take his strategy.
Right.
I was actually going to do the 2-stopper. I had in the back of my mind, but I think Hugo, like I said, it was a little quicker. Just had to keep it clean and get the best I could out of it. Do the best I can with the car I have underneath me. But definitely, I'm happy to take home the win, even if it was with a little bit of luck. And I think that's the championship as well.
Yeah, I was just about to mention that, actually. We don't have the standings from last round, but I think, it's pretty much in the bag, isn't it? If not completely cemented.
I believe it would be 55 points now, which is 3 to the good. Because technically, 52 points, Hugo could win the next 2, and then we'd be tied if he got the fastest lap both times. But I believe that's it. I believe that sorts it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can confirm that that should be it. So, congratulations, I think, are in order.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Maybe we'll have a show from the back of the field in the next 2 races. How about that?
maybe a 4-stopper. No, you owe me one. Less said about that, the better.
I like your thinking. However, I do not believe that is not within my pay grade. I can't do it.
well, listen. Congrats on the win. We will we'll move on to the next interviewee.
Yep,
but great race for you, man.
Yes,
well
sir.
done.
Thank you.
Good one to watch and call, and it's been a great season from you. So I'm sure we'll see you in the coming weeks anyway. And until then, goodbye.
Thank you.
Right. So who have we got here? I want to speak to Timo. I want to find out what happened. What happened to his race? Where did it all begin to go wrong? Yes, I did it. The reason why I'm not trying to I just want to find out what happened, because at one point you were like, wow, look at this quality section. You were in the 13s, 2/10, I believe, off the top guys there, Hugo and some idiot. I was mightily impressed. Maybe it was my fault because I was bigging you up so much on stream, but what happened in the race?
The great Ferrari master plan. I don't know. Well, I was happy with. Well, I actually do know, but it's. So well, the race start was good. Let's start with something good. I'm actually gonna build a shit sandwich here. Okay.
Okay.
And it goes in chronological order. So the good thing is, my start was good, and I was third for a long time. Then it all turned to well, shit. And I first of all didn't like select the proper strategy because I got a new wheel. Buttons are weird. I didn't figure it out in the 30 seconds I had on the grid. So I thought I'm just gonna do it in the car. I forgot it while in the car, so I head into the pits and they give me another set of softs after I had stretched the soft stint by like 3 or 4 more laps than I would have had I known I was going for a 2-stop. So that cost me like probably 4 or 5 seconds, like at least. And then I was on another set of softs, and I am like generally bad at pushing in a race. Like I'm okay. Like I think I'm better in races where you drive on low grip tires, because I like often underestimate my grip in the race. So I was really slow on those softs, and then I was trying to get past Vance, and I don't know if you caught that on stream, but I fucked up the first overtake. Oh, I just realized I'm swearing all over the place.
You're in the driver's seat, so you're okay.
I'm allowed. Yes. So, well, I did a bad, and then I thought, okay, whatever. I'm just taking him out of the S's here. I've got so much more grip, and then I went ERS, emptied all my battery, and I was like, I did never brake on the right side of the track in that corner, because I never overtook someone there, and I thought the 100 is gonna be fine. But apparently, like with the amount of overspeed I had, and with because of DRS, Livestream, and my half my battery and everything, and the fact that Formula Chris was there, like I just broke way too late. I would have hit him, so I cut the corner, and it gave me a double 3-second time penalty. And well, at that point, like it was basically like over. I was on a bad strategy. Then Vance even overtook me, and I lost like another 3 seconds, like because he got DRS and I didn't have any battery left, and I just yeah. So he overtook me, and then I lost more time, and I had 6 seconds, even though I didn't pick up a single warning until that point, and I was really mad. And oh right, I wanted to build a shit sandwich. The third stint was okay. Because everyone was terribly unlucky, and by everyone I honestly just mean Copy. Like a Copy was unlucky, and the other people didn't drive on track, or they drove on track less than I did. So it was still P5, which is a good result on paper. But if you look at the race and what it could have been, what it should have been, then I'm really mad.
Yeah, well, you'll be glad to know we did catch that all on stream. Where you cut the corner just going into the stadium section, because I kind of figured out what happened. You got the 2 guys ahead of you. You didn't know, you had that overspeed from the DRS, and you were just like, abort. Because I I think the only other option at that point was just to go into someone's rear end, and obviously you don't want to you want to avoid that at all costs.
I asked, like I was in VC with Vance, and I asked, should I give the positions back, and he said no, because I got 6 seconds. So I'm gonna like. I probably would have, but I was also really not bothered. Like I just cracked mentally after that point, and
yeah,
it's annoying because it could have and arguably should have been a podium with that low attendance, with Copy absolutely like bottling quali in a way I haven't seen before, like accidentally getting himself P10 on an abandoned lap. Like that was so unfortunate, and like I should have been able to capitalize on that, and I didn't. But
can you explain one thing to us? Danico did not go out in quali. Why was that?
Because there was like no numbers in the race, like low attendance, and the 1-stop medium hard is like objectively really good. And if you have, like with little drivers, you can basically guarantee to not have to fight through that much traffic. Like if you're in a 20 driver lobby, everyone tries to get 11th, but if it's only 13 drivers, then like just don't do a lap in quali and you're gonna get 11th, basically. So that's why they did that, I guess.
Okay, okay, right. Interesting stuff. But yeah, I mean, some really there was a lot good stuff to take away from that team. I mean, that qualifying performance you put in was it surprised even me, and I'm the number one Timo fan right now.
I want to like say to that it's not by PP of this weekend. I was quick in rapid races, but B, I think it just looks a little better than it is because Yugos and Cody didn't put their laps in. Like they saw their laps and I think like after that, because having a fresh set of softs is like useful, and I think Cody said something to the effect of, "I don't think anyone's gonna beat me. I'm not going out again." So I think they could have gone faster, and then like it wouldn't have looked as good. Like that way, it was 3/10 off Cody. Cody and Yugos are probably both capable of doing 12.9s, and I was 6/10 off of that. So it's like I'm happy, but like 0.6 is good. But I think it looks more impressive than it was.
Take the goddamn compliment, man. It was from my point of view anyway. It was a pretty stellar lap. I think I did.
It was good. I was happy with it. Like like everything that's like 0.7 or lower, I consider like good for what I want to be able to do, and so I did pull that off. I was happy with quali.
Oh, good stuff, man.
But I'm not genuinely 2/10 behind Yugos and Cody is what I'm trying to say. So that was the point I was getting at. But I'm happy.
Okay, well, thanks for taking the time out of your day. Not that you had a choice to come into the commentary booth and explain all this to us.
I was thinking, are they serious? By the way, did Cody win the championship? I think he did.
Yes, that's it. In the bag, yep, he's won. So good job to him. But we'll speak to you. I'm sure we'll speak to you in the coming weeks anyway, and we'll hear you.
Yeah, I hope Brazil will make me not go, "Oh God, are you serious?" if you don't me for an interview. I hope I will have happy things to tell you.
Hopefully, we'll keep our fingers crossed anyway, and we will speak to you soon. Okay.
Yeah. See you.
All the best. Bye. Oh, and. Yeah, next we got...
Have the traditional 15-minute Tipsy Bob interview at the end.
Well, to be fair, Beamer, he does talk a lot.
I mean, Tipsy, I think he was there for a little while. He's gone to the other channel now, but maybe just drag him in.
Yeah, I want to bring Cubs in though. He's sitting there. Yeah, Cubson.
Muted.
He is muted at the minute, but yeah, just to give a overview, Cubson with that one-stop strategy. There he is, the man himself, Cubson, driver of the day. I don't think I've spoken to you before in the commentary booth, but I mean, you put on a fine performance today. Came from the back, made that one-stop strategy work, and you got podium with no penalties as well to boot. So, or 3 seconds I think you had, I believe. But yeah, how was it for you?
Quite surprising. I really thought that I can make up some time on those strategy, but I didn't know that I can get a podium, especially in a field like that with so many good drivers.
Yeah, like I say, if you watch the stream back, we were not really focused on you at all because we were like, you're on hard tires, you're at the very back of the field, and then we just saw you kind of coming through. You were doing pretty well on the track limits as well. And yeah, towards the end of the race, we were like, hold on a minute, Cubson's gonna get podium here if he plays his cards right. Were you were you thinking that from the start, or were you, at what point were you like, I might get a podium here?
Yeah, to be honest, I'm quite experienced when it comes to 12 people on a grid, because I had a couple of races like that when I was just not qualifying whatsoever or qualifying to make a reverse strategy, and it was working really well. So I said, like, my quali pace is like for a top 5, maybe P5, P6, so let's try something different. And I will start P11 still, so I decided to start on hards and do a reverse strategy. Mainly because the tire wear is quite big there. So if you have a softer tire compound, then it will benefit you a lot. And I knew that some people will go for a 2-stop, so I will not really get stuck in traffic when I go out on softs. And there was kind of a DRS train, so I was like 4 seconds behind the soft runners only. So that's that's why I've decided to go on hards.
Yeah, and I mean, you mentioned it's only 12 drivers today, but I mean, a lot of those guys out there are very fast guys, and it's a no assist here as well. So it's great to see you, on the top step there, or on the podium with a P3, a driver of the day as well, and yeah, a great race from you all around, man. So congrats, and look forward to seeing some more of the same in the coming races.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that, to Brazil. I like Brazil, so I feel that I can get a good result again there. Also, when I got that 3-second penalty, I got a warning as well. So I I don't know why, to be honest, because I know that I hit that curb on the pit entry line, but yesterday on SLR I've done the same and got nothing for that. So
Yeah, we did see that on stream. It was a bit of a surprise to us as well because yeah, he didn't seem to cut it too much, but the game can be cruel at times, as you well know. But yeah, thanks for taking the time to come into the commentary booth and chat to us. We'll move you back into the general chat here as we move on to our next interviewee. So all the best.
thanks for interview.
Oh, whoops! I hate doing that, cutting people off mid-sentence. I think we'll bring in Tipsy Bob then. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you sitting down? Are you ready for this?
Yes, I'm fine.
Get a pillow ready, get comfy for this.
No, just in the interviews, I'm not great at doing those.
Well, here he is. It's sorry. Ooh, yep. Okay, right. So Tipsy, you're joining us in the commentary booth. We got you mid-sentence there. I mean, the race was looking pretty good for you from the start there. The first stint was pretty epic from you. You and Bance were running pretty tight for most of it, but then after that, the race unraveled. Just what happened? Pain.
Where do I start? Not really. I don't mind. Started off actually really good. Reset a reasonable time qualifying. But yeah, 12 people in the server. That's you're gonna have fun. It's gonna be reasonable, good chance of getting points. So I like Mexico, as you know. I've won before in Mexico and last season in another league. And I did all right in SLR yesterday as well. So I was pretty reasonably confident coming into Mexico. I was a bit busy before the race and I almost missed the start. But anyway, got stuck in, got a jump on, I think about at least two guys on the start. I was feeling good. I was thinking, yeah, I'm up for this because I didn't get a single penalty point yesterday, time penalty yesterday in SLR. But for some reason, I was picking up these penalties. 3 seconds, that became 6, which became 9, which became 12. And by the time I reached 12 seconds, I wasn't really feeling it on those mediums at all. And I was dropping like a stone and I was just getting completely disinterested, to be honest, after to race Monaco on rubbish tires, on a rubbish second stint, whatever, and 12 seconds. It's like, oh man, I was really considering calling into the pits and then just calling it a day. I could have still got points, yes, but I just wasn't feeling it. Until, without going into too much detail, because I'm sure it was probably observed on the stream, I got a little annoyed by the way some people drive. So I decided I'm going to hang on and continue the race as much as I can. But because of which, I ended up picking up quite a lot of penalties to get my very first disqualification from any Formula 1 season ever. But I don't mind. It's like I said, it's just a game to me. I don't mind. But I thought I should hang it on in there because some people need to be shown what it feels like when you drive like a tit. And that's me being as polite as I can.
Yeah, I kind of called it in stream. I felt like we saw that battle between you and who was it, Formula Chris, was it, or Richard, was it? Sorry. Yeah, we caught that on stream. Yeah, it seemed a tad, maybe I'm being a bit too conservative with my words here, but seemed a bit tad aggressive from him when he was fighting back at that position, kind of forced his way through. And I kind of sensed that you were tilted at that point, because I know you're a pretty respectful driver on track. You're aggressive when you need to be, but you always will I would say most times you keep it to the limit of that, and it didn't seem like the favor was being repaid there. So yeah.
Yeah, that's right, Chief. That's like pretty much exactly how I felt. I'm very respectful when I'm on track. I'll fight if I think it's worth fighting. And I showed that in many races. Even yesterday, I showed that if it's not worth fighting, I'll not do it. Sometimes I will do it, which of course annoys people, but still, generally I don't do it. If I'm going to go for a move, I'm committed to the move, and if I feel that you've defended it well, I'll just back off. And when if you've seen in that race too, you've seen people have got the run on me. They've got the DRS. I didn't even bother fighting them. Sometimes I didn't even deploy a battery because there's no point. But for me, it started the very first stint I was on the softs. The Red Bull was passing me, and it was on the main straight. I wasn't fighting him at all because he had DRS on me. He was right up my backside. I wasn't going to bother fighting him because I was going to pit soon. You have the whole track to overtake someone. But this Red Bull decides that he has to come as close to me as possible, and I got bumped almost a little bit under the grass and nearly lost it. That kind of was a bit really annoying because it was a bit disrespectful. Let it go, let it slide, and then went into my pits. That's all right, got my pit stop, continued on. Then it happened again. I went, no, not happening. I'm going to fight it this time. So I fought it and got the position back with a big IQ freaking move. And whenever you get onto after the main, there's the main DRS, and then on the main straight, then you go around turn 1, turn 2, then you get another DRS. I closed up on the first DRS, purposely didn't pass because I wanted to make the move on the second DRS because I knew he would cover he always seemed to hug the inside, covering it as much as he could.
Yeah.
Which I seen that, so basically do unto others as they do to you. Whenever the second DRS came, I was on the DRS, but this time I didn't go far across the track. I locked him into that position, which forces him to brake early, but he didn't seem to want to do that. He seemed to want to do what quite a few people I've noticed over the years do it, and it is really effing annoying. Because you don't move, they think that they're going to barge you out of the way. Well, that was it. That was game over for me. After 12 seconds, and I probably condemn myself, I don't care. After 12 seconds, I said, right, that's fine. I'm not quitting this race. I'm going to do to you what you do to everyone else. It's not fair. It's not pleasant. It's not the nice way to race. And some people just need to be taught a lesson. And I'm not racing for anything. Ultimately, I don't care. So I basically roughed him up. It says he roughs everyone else up. And look, if there's reports, fair enough. I'm not hiding nothing. Yes, I made his life hell on purpose. And it was probably on the limit. I don't know if it was maybe over the limit. I don't know. But that's just the way it is. I'll race anybody all day, wheel to wheel, and be super respectful. If you drive like a twat, and I'm trying not to swear, then you're going to get it. You're going to get it back. That's just the way it is with me. And it's straight, direct. There's no back, as my mum used to say, there's no back doors, which I thought was funny. It's be respectful, be decent, and I'll treat you the same way. Drive like a tit, and you're going to get a tit back. So, I mean, I'm being honest. I'm just being honest. Life's too short for this messing about. I've just said as it is.
Okay, there's no back doors. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay. I don't know what to say to that.
There's no back doors in me, and I said that's probably why you had so many kids. So, Mr. Ice, do you want to ask me something?
Not really. I think we picked up some of what you just described on stream. So, yeah. Anyway, I was kind of just. I kind of figured that you just gave up on today because yesterday you got like one warning or whatever, and today you just got disqualified. So.
Yeah, and I was picking these penalties up for some reason. I couldn't explain it. I was not, to me, going beyond the limits, but it was giving me the penalties. And each time you get a penalty, it's like, oh, for flip's sake. Then you get it 6. Then I went 3, went to 6. I was like, what? Where was these coming from? Then I went to 9. And then by this stage, I was getting, like I said, really demotivated. I was like, what's the point in this? Jeepers. Then came 12. Just about the pit. I'm not going to go over it again. Just about the pit and retire. And then the red mist. I wouldn't say red mist because, again, ultimately, I don't really care. But
yeah.
I don't know. Ban says, yeah. When you really do, I really don't. It's water for ducks back, as I say. but there's just too many people in Formula One's leagues that drive like that, and no one does nothing. So I'll do it, which is probably why I ruffle people's up, but that's fine. Anyway,
Right.
before you end the stream, right? Let me just finish on a positive. Let me finish off by saying congratulations to Mr. Cody, some idiot. Mega drive this season to beat the beast that is Hugo, because Hugo is really, really, really hard to beat. Not only that, he's got Danny as well, Danny there. And then Copy's been done some great drives as well. He done a great drive yesterday from so far back, getting wiped out and then getting into the points as well. I think he got podium, I think, maybe yesterday, I can't remember. So yeah, a lot of guys to be commended. And then also Cubs, like call him, as I have christened him the Cubs. Great job getting into P3, I think. Great job from him and fully deserved the driver of the day, yeah. One question though, I got P10, but is it really true that if you get disqualified, you don't get the point?
I think you were you P10? Because I think Copy was P10 today.
Oh, then I must have.
But I think if you get disqualified, you unfortunately don't get anything at all. I think that's how it works.
That's fine. It's the first time I've been disqualified ever. So
yeah. Yeah. I got disqualified in that special race we did with what was that, the classic cars or whatever, but yeah.
Oh, yes. Yeah, but like I said, after a certain point, I really didn't really care.
Yeah, I kind of picked
and
up
I don't
on
mean that as in disrespecting the guys who's out there racing, because I didn't really. The only person that I did apologize to was Mr. Terror, because he obviously was getting held up by this battle in front of him. But like he did say himself, like he probably couldn't have passed the Red Bull anyway, so he pretty much finished where he would have. It probably just wasn't that enjoyable for him to sit there. But sure, look, it's only a game. Who cares? I'm going to make a cup of tea and spend time with my wife.
Sounds like the right thing to do.
Well, Tipsy Bob, thanks for joining us in the commentary booth. It was a pleasure to commentate on your only race that you've disqualified from. Absolute honor. I'm sure Ice will agree.
It's been a while since
Yes,
I've been in the commentary booth with you two Chads, two top commentators.
Anyway.
I have rendered you both speechless.
Yeah, we don't do well with compliments. Usually we're used to getting insulted or criticized, but anyway.
No. I've said before, you and Mr. Chief, or you and Tara, or you and Ice are brilliant at the comms. I think you're really, really good. Ice here is really passionate about it. He's got so much info. Chief, you cover pretty much. You don't miss much. You're brilliant. I would say you're up there with. What are you laughing at? You don't miss much.
Are you kidding me? I can't.
And you're laughing at me.
I can't believe that though. I miss a lot. I mean, that's my main thing. I think that's my my thing. I'm not too bad, I think, but I do miss a lot. I'm getting old, I guess, but
You're way past the getting, mate. You're way past the getting.
Anyway, I think that rounds it out for now. We've went long enough. Tipsy, thanks for joining us in the chat again. Pleasure as always, and we'll speak to you soon, I'm sure. That was something else, yeah. But yeah, that's it for Mexico this week. We start again.
Is anybody still watching the stream? I'm just interested.
Actually, we've got 8 people according to my.
Oh wow, okay.
One of them's me, and probably one of them's you. So.
Yeah.
Anyway, to anyone who's still watching, thank you, and why? And yeah, we're what track is that? Brazil next week, so a classic track coming up. So that'll be starting on Tuesday, but we've got ACC tomorrow. Full description of our scheduling is in the video description below. So thanks Icewind for joining me in the commentary booth. Always a pleasure. And yeah, Dragon is saying he is still here.
Yeah, wait, it's still live. He said that in chat. Oh my word. Okay.
Yeah, well that rounds it out for now. It's been a good one.
Actually, you know, maybe we should just keep going on because now we have 10 viewers. Yeah. Anyway, okay. Sorry to just drag this further, but.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure as always, and that's it from us. We'll be back next week, but yeah, we've got a full week of racing at Brazil ahead. But I say ACC tomorrow, so tune in for that one to SRL, always on the EGL channel. So All the best, guys, and catch you soon enough. Bye.